Well, today's Saturday, the 18th of October, and we're down here for my wife's final week's vacation of the year, and of course she won't know this till we get back. But the 4th of July is still putting out. We've got a bunch of tomatoes have fallen. The stem connection is what gets weak. I got a dog over here barking at a squirrel or a rabbit. But we still got a few better boys in here to eat. And since we haven't been here for a week, we've got some that's gone all to pieces. And the 4th of July is still producing. And there's a ton of them on the ground. We've got some green ones, but they didn't set as many green ones this time of year. We have less green tomatoes on our vines that are alive than we've ever had. And it's because they don't set when it gets way too hot, and they also don't set when it gets cold. It looks like this has all survived since I planted it 8 days ago. And broccoli, they say don't try to transplant. You can do it as long as you treat it fairly. And some of these little ones, I had 6 packs that had 3 and 4s in it, and I divided them gingerly by trying to keep as much soil on the roots and planted those, and I haven't lost any of them. I think it's going to get too cold for these to work, but it's worth a shot. There's the little beans that you saw the other day, and these are new little beans. My bride is over on that corner starting to pick them because we haven't been there since Sunday, and today's Saturday. And I said, is there enough to pick? And she said, more than enough to pick. And we brought our canning and sealer bags down here so that we could freeze them. We have a few left from last year when we did like 55 quarts. We also did a few gallons. When we have a big crowd, you could just open up one big bag. But they're producing and starting little ones, and you can see those. So if we can just get another few weeks of warm weather, it'll be nice. And the squash is definitely getting down. I'm surprised we lost very few to borers this year, and I think it was the compound dust we put around it. And there's some in there growing, and there's a couple growing there, and 1, 2 growing there. The callas do not like this cool weather, and it's going down to 39 Sunday night, and they don't like it under about 55. You can actually judge when to plant seeds in your garden. If the callas are up, the soil is 55 degrees, and they literally stop growing. And most all these seed pods, although they're still green, some of them are turning yellow where they're not really doing the seeds any good. I picked most of the seeds out of here because some of them ripen at a different time. I've got more than I need. This duet has done great. A lot of flowers. A lot of flowers. What a gorgeous thing. And here's the other duet. Well, it's Monday the 20th of October, and these are some better boys we picked yesterday, and 2 bags of 4th of July, and we have bright mini green beans. These are pretty heavy, maybe 4 or 5 pounds in each bag, and we're gonna gotta put them in the freezer. Well, getting ready to put these beans in the freezer. There's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quarts, and we already did 7.5, and then these are about twice what those are. That one might be. So let's just say 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we did 7.5, we're up to 22.5. Just have to find room for it. To say we have a lot of pine needles on the ground is an understatement. We started getting them up yesterday. And this yard hydrant, I've graded it in, just waiting for that soil to settle down. Well, we started getting the pine needles up yesterday, and my big old cloth bag, just doing this front yard, I filled up 2 bags. It's all we'll be able to do to get it in the truck. Well, my bride made one of my favorite cakes, the carrot cake, cream cheese icing, and we've been nibbling on it and gave some to a neighbor. Well, we're back from vacation, and yesterday evening, all the way up to dark, I was surprised my bride didn't need a flashlight. She was picking the beans, and as you can see from the size of those Walmart bags, that's I would say this is I don't know, 6, 7, 8 pounds. This is probably about 5 or 6. And I got to freeze them today, and unfortunately I got to snap and string them, although these are fairly tender and don't require a lot of that, but you still have to touch most of them. And we picked 3 squash, red pepper, a handful of tomatoes. We ate green beans 3 times during the week, and we gave away a much smaller bag twice to 2 different families down there, and it was you know, not a lot of beans. It was just for 2 people to eat, for a lot for 1 meal. But that's pretty much. Now I got to get to freezing. Well, that took a while. Now it's time to blanch them to freeze them. Well, to be honest with you, it's been a long day. It is now almost 10 after 8, and I've got 4, 8, 12, 15, 16. This is actually a bigger one than these. It's about 1.5, 17. A little left over, so almost 18 quarts. Some of these are a little fuller than others. But that'll tide us over. One more good picking. This weekend it might get down to freezing on Friday or Saturday. If it doesn't, it looks like a week or more of above nice weather. So if we escape freezing this weekend, we might get another 2 or 3 pickings off of this, which would be nice.